Hi everyone, it's Sandy here. I did a video earlier on and did a flip through on this cute mini album flip book that I had made using papers from my stash and just some of my scrap papers. And I did all my pages, the book cover and other bits and pieces in here using my papers from my stash. So I asked if you guys wanted to see a tutorial on how I made this adorable flip book. So I'm going to show you in this video how you could also make one as well. It may be a 2 or 3 part video on how I put this book album together, because I'm not too sure how long it's going to take, although it is a very easy mini album to put together. So I just quickly run it through. So these are heaps of pages in here, and you can put as many pages as you want in the book, and there's also pockets in here as well. Okay, so yeah, use your papers in your stash to create this book, and I'll put that over here. So we'll just get started, and we'll make the this will be part 1, and what we'll do in this part, we will be doing the book cover, the hinge, and the main pages that get put in the album. So what we'll do first is to create the book cover. You're going to need a piece of one of your papers to make the cover, and you're going to cut your paper at 7.5 inches by 4.5 inches, and then you're just going to fold that in half. Just folding that in half, and you'll need your scoreboard for this part. And what you're going to do next is you're going to score 1/8 of an inch on the left side of that fold that we had just done. So you want to score 1/8 of an inch to the left side of that fold line, and then also 1/8 of an inch on the right side of that fold line. And that will create 3 score lines on your center of your book. And the next part we're going to do is we're going to then cut another piece of paper at 4 inches by 4.5 inches, and we're going to make a few score lines with this piece of paper as well. So you're going to line that paper at the 4-inch side, and then you're going to score every 1/2 inch, starting at 1/2 inch, 1 inches, 1.5 inches, and then you just keep going until your last score line will be at 3.5 inches. So I've already pre-scored mine already, so not to waste any time for the video. So what we'll do first here with those score lines, we're just going to fold them. So fold all those 3 fold lines, and that will just sort of create a spine for your book. So that's how it looks. I'll put that to the side, and then with this piece of paper we're going to first, on the first score line, we're going to fold your paper up to create a valley fold, and then we're going to then just fold all the score lines back and forth like an accordion fold. So then you'll have your paper folded like that. So you'll have a valley fold, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. And what you'll do next is you'll need some good strong liquid glue. We're going to go to turn your paper over, and in these valley folds, you've got 3 valley folds here. We're going to apply a good amount of glue inside that valley fold. I'm using liquid glue. You can use double-sided tape, and if you do decide to use that, you want to apply your strip of double-sided tape on all of your valley folds, so along there and that side, and same with the other 2. But I like to use a liquid glue because it does seal it stronger, and you won't come apart when you put this in your book, because this will be your hinge to hold your main pages together. So when you've got that, we're going to just bring those 2 together and seal that up. So you'll have it. So that's what you'll have. And then we're going to fold the next valley fold and bring them 2 together and also seal that together. And then your last valley fold, and then seal that. Okay. So once that's all sealed, it should look like that. That's how you want it to look. So you want the outside flaps on its own, and you'll have three sort of like hinges or dividers. So they're going to be three of them. Okay, so we're just going to now turn that over this way once that's all joined together. And I'm just going to fix mine up. Give me 1 second. Like I've said a few times before, when I do tutorials on camera, it sometimes doesn't align properly. But I'm kind of hoping you get the idea what I'm trying to say. So now we've got that bit there. What we want to do, we want to apply a glue throughout this whole back part. So I would preferably use a liquid glue for this part instead of double-sided tape, because this will give you time to be able to align your hinge onto your book. If you use double-sided tape, once you've got it down, it's really hard to take apart. Okay, so we are going to place this bit onto the center of your hinge, just like that. We just want to line it up so it's in the middle, and then making sure it all lines up nicely. Okay, this is why I like to use a liquid glue. It gives you time to play around with it. And then just close your book up and just making sure that these edges all line up as well, because you want to make sure that your book is aligned nicely. So just pressing that, and then when you open this up, your hinge should be adhered to the spine of your book. And then you want to try to allow a little bit of a gap just in the middle there, just to allow a bit of flexibility for your book to open and close like that. Okay, so we have just now done the cover and the hinge. So we can put that to the side to let that set. So that part's done, and now we're going to make the 3 main pages for the hinge. So we're going to call this the 3 main pages, so that way we'll know what we're talking about when we add the other pages to the main pages in the next part. Okay, so we're going to make our first main page, and we are going to cut a piece of paper at 9.5 by 3 1/4. So 9.5 and 3 1/4, and then you're going to score it at 4.5 inches and 9 inches. I will put all the measurements down below for you all, so you have it on hand. And then we just simply fold those score lines. And we are going to apply a bit of glue now to the flap on the inside, or whatever adhesive you would like to use. Okay, and then we're just going to bring this up, and we're just going to meet it up and close that up together like that. So then you'll have an opening here and an opening on that side. So that is your first main page done. And now we're going to move over to the next main page for the middle hinge. And that is going to be this page here, which is this one here. I should show you. So your main page is this one here that has a flip. That's this page. And now we're going to move over and do the second main page, which is this one here that has the pocket. So that's the second main page that we're going to do. So with this one here, we are going to cut your paper at 9 3/4 by 4 1/2, and then you're going to score it on the 9 3/4 inch side. You're going to score it at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. So I'll just say that again in case you miss it. You're going to score it at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. And then we'll just fold that over and just do again an accordion fold, so you'll have that shape. And then what we'll do here on this part here on the right side that opens up, we're going to bring this part here and bring that back on itself, and we are just going to fold it down and about 1/8 of an inch off from the edge. So we can just about 1/8 of an inch, or even 1/4 of an inch, whatever you like. It's just as long as it creates a pocket that you're happy with. And that's, I'm just going to grab, so I'm just going to press that down. And make sure you fold all of your fold lines as well. Alright, so this is what you'll have, that, and that'll open up like that, and then you'll have that bit. So this part here, we're just going to apply a little bit of glue just here to the edge here, where we, on the top corner, to just bring that down. So I'll just apply a bit of glue there and there. And then we'll just bring that back, so that will close that up. So now that is your second main page done. So we've got that as your second page for your middle hinge. Now we're going to work on the third main page for your last hinge, and that's a very simple page. And this one, we are going to cut this one at 6 3/4 by 4 1/2. And all we simply do with this one is we just fold that in half. And we fold that in half. So that is your main page for your last hinge. So we've done all of that for part 1 of this tutorial. I will see you shortly in the second part in just a moment, and we'll do all the pages that go on to the main pages for the next part. So I'll see you shortly in that one, and I won't be too long.